So finally the much awaited CHUP is out in the theatres, and my god, what a film, man. I would say this very clearly that R. Balki knows what he has made. A no-nonsense crime thriller with a pinch of retro Bollywood homage. Those who have seen films of Guru Dutt, one of the pioneers of large-scale Indian semi-art house films, will be tempted to see the references of Pyasa and Kagas Ke Phool. Okay, but before reviewing this film, let me just summarize the whole plot for you, okay? So, a serial killer is on the hunt who murders film critics. But why? Well, we know that in today's age, money speaks. Most of the film reviewers have their own personal interests, and they are heavily driven by favoritism. Big film companies rely on big film critics by making them happy with money and giving them instructions of how to give good reviews to their films, and consequently thrashing other films of different production companies. So this serial killer is killing these money-hungry critics to save cinema. Or does he have some other motives? Well, if you want to find the answer, please watch this beautiful work. And now we will talk about this film's good and underwhelming aspects. Number 1. The plot. Yes, the most basic thing in a film, being the plot, is done rightly. But this is a tough job for many Bollywood writers and directors at this age. As we say, common sense is not so common. But R. Balki nailed it when it came to a good story and a good world building. This is an example of a negative world building, if I want to say. And if you are in for a film with a perfect thriller kick, this 2-hour 15-minute flick won't disappoint you, rather it will give you an edge of the seat experience. Number 2. Dulquer Salmaan. Well, what can I say more about this guy? I mean, just give him any roles and he will execute it like a piece of cake. I won't give spoilers in this review, but I just want to say the role which DQ played will be marked as one of the craziest characters played in a Bollywood film in recent years. Like, it will remind you of certain characters. I won't say. Those who haven't watched the movies, I won't say much about the character, but I really want to say. Anyway, the dialogue delivery, the magnetic personality, the eyes can act moments, everything made DQ that guy who acted his heart out in this movie, just like any of his movies. Number 3. The showcase of the tragic world of Guru Dutt. Bollywood cinephiles were aware of the fact that Guru Dutt gave his heart to filmmaking, but in return got no love from the audience or the critics, made a downfall to the artist within himself. His last film, Kagas Ke Phool, his best work in my opinion, was destroyed by the critics, and apparently in 1959 it was a rejected painting. Clouds of depression set into the mind of Guru Dutt, and gradually he went into the place of solitude. So CHUP showcased the whole tragic outcome in an extremely unconventional and a beautiful manner. Hats off to R. Balki to highlight this dark side of Bollywood, which now many people will be aware of and would now probably go to YouTube or some any other sites to check out the songs, the films, just in order to fit into the world R. Balki was trying to imply. Number 4 is the brutality. Okay, this might be a weird positive selection for mine, but stories like these, like CHUP, with gruesome murders really drives the narrative and creates immense amount of tension to the mind of the audience. And particularly in CHUP, some of the scenes reminded me of iconic Hollywood films like American Psycho or The Silence of the Lambs. Probably Bollywood is going on that edgy and smart zone when it comes to showcasing gruesome scenes like that. And lastly, number 5, the lighting and screenplay. R. Balki has managed to use blue as the main source of light and coloration in the whole film, making it look like a film shot in the bleaky afternoon. The aesthetics of this film is spot on, naturally hits the subconscious of the audience. Even the 2-hour 16-minute film felt like a 1.5-hour film because of the great sense of screenwriting which won't leave you bored for a second. These were the good parts of the movie. Now coming to only one underwhelming part, that is Shreya Dhanvantari, unfortunately. The other cast members like Sunny Deol and Pooja Bhatt did a very good job, but I expected more from the lead cast Shreya, who has done promising roles in many films and web series, The Family Man being my favorite. It felt like a bit cringe while seeing her acting, especially in the second half. Moreover, the character too in the second half kind of lost track with what is actually happening in the story itself. So in my opinion, either any other actresses could have pulled off better, but there is no doubt in that Shreya is a very good actress. So honestly, these were the good and bad aspects, and honestly couldn't thought of any other underwhelming aspects. So in one sentence to summarize, I love the film. I loved its concept and what R. Balki has made it possible. So if you are still thinking, don't think much and give it a try. You will get to know many little details about cinema as well. Or you could just make your heart race with a mind-boggling script and get tensed even more with the ending of this film. I won't spoil it for you. Without saying anything more, here is me signing off. Thank you so much for staying with me for so long. See you in the next review.